Take two. Let's try this again. Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hoskins. It's Monday, December 6th, 2021. Yeah, sorry about that. The update to Windows 11 reset OBS recording connections, and it's just had to open it up and it automatically reconnected. Don't know why it didn't do it automatically, and I don't know why I didn't notice it automatically. Anyway, my bad. I'm sorry. We'll work on this in the future. What I wanted to talk to you about was today is the most wonderful time of life. Why? Well, today is the only day we live in. Today is the only day that we actually get anything done. Today is where we're at. It's our existence is today. Now, we can use the past to inform us and educate us and to help us make educated decisions based upon what we experienced in the past. But we can't live in the past. It's dangerous to live in the past. Julie and I have been watching this series on History Channel called Who Do You Think You Are? It's put on by Ancestry.com, that conglomerate of websites and services. And it's interesting that somebody will go back 3, 5, 10, 50 generations through dad and then mom and then mom and then dad and dad and dad and mom and dad and mom and dad and dad, and find somebody who's interesting in history and say, and pick out some trait that they like and say, oh, that must be why the women in my family are strong women, or that must be why the men in my family are good musicians. Because they focus on that one. If you go back 8 generations, that's 2 to the power of 8, which is 256 people that contributed just at that level to your genetics. Yeah, that's a lot of people to only pick out one and say that's why I have these traits. But just like everything else in life, we get what we focus on. We see what we focus on, and that's an interesting thing. So we need to be careful not to worship or live in the past. We need to live and worship and be in the present, not worship the present, but worship in the present. Another interesting thing, we took Julie went down to see about LASIK today, and we got what we focused on. Even though the surgery was to help Julie focus better, found out some things about the surgery and about the procedures and about what they're looking for on their end and what to expect. And we had to walk away and say, we got to think about this a little bit more as information we didn't have. So today, we lived in today to find out information for today. But that leads us to the future. We need to plan for the future. We need to find out information today and make decisions today to affect the future, but we can't live in the future. We can never live in tomorrow. We can't. It's impossible. As soon as tomorrow comes, it's no longer tomorrow. It's today. I know it sounds like a lot of gymnastics with words, but it's true. We can't live tomorrow. We can't live in the past. We can't live in the future. We have to live in today, using the past to educate us and using the future to motivate us. And we need to make the changes today that we want to see in ourselves tomorrow. Decisions we make today affect how we live tomorrow. Decisions about life and living and health and happiness and finances and connections and community that we make today affect tomorrow. This time of abundance, the last 5 years has been a massive abundance here in the United States. We know it can't last. It's just the cycle of things. It can't last. It might last a year. It might last 10 years. It might last 20 years. But no, it cannot last. So what decisions are we making today in our connections with people, in our community connections, in our community fabric, so that when things change, that fabric is tight and strong so that it acts as the safety net that community and connections are supposed to be? What decisions are we making today with our finances so that in the future, they have an impact on how we want to live in the future? Those decisions have to be made today. We put those off for tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes, and before we know it, that future date that we were planning on doing such and so comes, and since we never made a decision and action in a today, it completely affected all the tomorrows. So we need to take action today. We need to make decisions today to affect how we want tomorrow to be. It's a funny thing. We can't live in the past. We can't live in the future, but everything we do today has to be for how we want the future to be. It's a very interesting ballet. It's a very interesting dance that we do. And we have to do it. If we get focused on just today, we'll make decisions just for today that may negatively affect our future. If you aren't planning well for your financial future and you spend $3, $5, $10 on a drink every day because you're more interested in that drink than your future, that could dramatically negatively affect your future. Now, if you are planning for the future and doing the work for the future, you can maybe afford one of these a week, or do something extra to be able to put enough in your card to get it, or do things for people and they reward you with gifts for said drink place. But if we're not doing the actions today for the future, we're never going to get the future that we want. What's all that got to do with chiropractic? It has nothing to do with chiropractic specifically, but it has everything to do with chiropractic for you. You need to choose to have a chiropractor on your team. Got to be regularly attending chiropractor. You got to go and make sure that you're staying tuned up so that you can think well, you can focus well, you can act well, you can move well, you can do all the things that the nervous system is supposed to help you do to the fullest of its ability. You need to have the clearest nervous system possible so you can make the best decisions possible and see all the options available in the clearest form so that you positively affect everyone in your life by the decisions you make. And those decisions, like I said, are made in the moment, made in the now for the future. And if your thinker isn't able to think clearly, your thoughts aren't going to be clear, your actions aren't going to be clear, and your future's not going to be clear. So that's all I'm going to say about that today. Say a lot more next time I talk to y'all. I hope that this was helpful to kind of just stop you in your tracks, make you step back a few feet, a few steps, take a bigger look at what's coming up so that you can start thinking and seeing the path that you're on and maybe change lanes or change directions if you need to. Anyway, love y'all. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.